Hello, my lovely ladies and handsome gents and non-binary folks. You're welcome here too. This is Talk to the Hand Reviews. I'm Bo the Reviews lady, and I'm pretty excited about what I'm going to talk about today, because this is my first brand collab. Not only am I excited that it's my first brand collab, but I'm excited because of what the product is and what it means to me, really. It's something I'm going to show you the product first. It is Ethereal. It's got the 8, but it's pronounced Ethereal. This company is 100% vegan, 100% cruelty-free, 100% ethical. I mean, they're really ethical. I even asked about their mica sourcing, because some companies that claim to be ethical still source mica where child labor is prevalent. And this company, I even asked, where do you get your mica? They said no, all their mica is from North America. And to me, it means something. Okay, all of our lives, we've sort of just been, moving along at this lull. All these great fragrance companies and all these great perfume companies that we love so much, kind of half knowing they're not really cruelty-free, kind of half knowing that. Now, the vegan aspect is not as important to me as the cruelty-free, because I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not vegan. I'd like to be a vegetarian, but I'm just not. I tried it years ago, it didn't work out for me. I'm gonna try again at some point. I'll probably always be a I probably will never be a vegan, because I'll probably always eat eggs, because eggs don't require, like, an egg is produced by a chicken, whether or not that chicken is ever near a rooster. Like a chicken, my husband and I, we thought about getting chickens. So there was a neighbor who kept chickens, and we watched their chickens for a weekend while they were gone, and we kind of realized, well, it's a little bit too much work, and it's quite messy. But one of the things that we did learn, and I already knew this, but I think maybe a lot of people don't know, is that a chicken will just keep on laying eggs. Every day a chicken will lay an egg or two, or sometimes more. Sometimes they don't lay at all. But I think for that reason, I'll probably always eat eggs, because they're a really good source of protein. Anyhow, I'm digressing, but if you ever watch this, you know how I am. So Ethereal, I was really, really thrilled about. The product that I chose from their catalog was this eyeshadow palette, and it is called Dark Storm. And the reason I chose this is because I know probably most of us, we use these products like Elizabeth Arden and like Estee Lauder and Lancome, and a lot of these companies that they're not necessarily cruelty-free, like a lot of LVMH product. LVMH is not cruelty-free, although some of their lines that they own are cruelty-free. But in general, the overarching philosophy does not include necessarily believing that it's important to be ethical. Something I want to tell you, okay, I'll show you this real quick first, okay. Now, I did do an unboxing I'm going to attach to this video. You might I don't think I played it yet. I think I'll probably play it after this section. But I unboxed it. This is this gorgeous eyeshadow palette. I used it today for the first time. I unboxed it and swatched it already, which I'll show you on this. But the reason I chose this palette is because this is the one palette everyone needs. Everyone can do a look with this palette. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is. This is really good. And I'll show you, I have it on today. I used every color except, I think I didn't use this one today. I started off with this one in the crease to just sort of start it as something that would help me with transitioning. Then I went in with this one, which is a really nice, a true smoke color. Then on my brow bone, I used this one and this one. And I also used it here and here, both of these colors. both of these. Then on the inside, in here, I used this one. And then underneath, I used here, just underneath a little bit. And they're buttery. They're a lot like I have some Elizabeth Arden eyeshadow palettes, and these are a lot like the feeling. They're soft and buttery, and they go on nice and thick and pigmented. It's really, really high quality stuff. And I'm not just saying that, folks. I am not. It is very high quality. It is very nice. And I feel, and it's a reasonably priced palette too. This one was, I think it was $35. I think 35 Canadian. So, you know, US, that's a lot less expensive. And everything in this product line is, like I said, vegan and cruelty free. Everything, and ethically sourced. Another thing I want to tell you is when I was done with my makeup and my lip color and everything, I ended up putting a little bit of this gold on the bottom here, which just makes your lip pop a little bit, you know. But I'm so thrilled with this, and I really appreciate that Ethereal agreed to collab with me on this. I'll tell you, this is one of their quotes on their website. It is, "Beauty should never come at the expense of another being's welfare." I really like that because, okay, maybe, you know, you gotta eat meat or whatever, but do you have to use products that torture some creature? Which is what happens a lot of times in animal testing. Animal testing, you know, I mean, why do we need to do that anymore? I don't really understand. And these huge companies, like the biggest companies in the world, like LVMH, that now owns Guerlain, and they now own Dior. They own all of these huge names. They now own Louis Vuitton. You know, they own everything. So why are they not able to make the commitment that to humanity and creature humanity, whatever you want to say, that this company is? Why can't they do that? I don't know. Maybe they just think people don't care, but I think people care, and I think people are going to care more and more as time goes on, when people realize you don't need to do that. So they're eco-friendly. Their motto is affordable vegan skincare and makeup. Their environmental stewardship guides our operations from ingredient sourcing to packaging. And they have some other information I didn't quite realize. Vegan products are safer for your entire body. All this is organically derived. When we eat and drink chemicals, toxins get filtered through the liver and kidneys before they have a chance to do a lot of harm. But with skin, anything we put on it gets absorbed straight into the bloodstream to circulate freely throughout the body. Did you know that? I did not know that. I did not know that. And another nice thing is, whenever you make a purchase, Ethereal plants a tree in regions of the world most affected by the detriments of mass deforestation projects. They plant a tree in regions of the world most affected by the detriments of mass deforestation projects. You know, they're trying to do the right thing, and I feel like I want to support that. Because this is a collab, I have a 10% discount code. I'll put down below if you want to try, or if you just want to go and look at what they have. They have skincare and cosmetics. I didn't see any fragrances. I was hoping to see some fragrances there. They don't have fragrances. Maybe they will in the future. But right now, I'm just pleased that they are doing this, because I think the world needs it. And I think companies like this, they're not mass marketed. You know, they don't have the marketing budget of, sorry to keep harping on about LVMH, but they don't have that budget. They're reaching out to people like us, you know, to try to get the word out there. And I believe in this. I care about this subject. Am I going to stop using Guerlain? Am I going to stop using, you know, am I going to stop buying the occasional Sephora item? No. I'm going to go in there and still buy that stuff. even though I know it's not ethically exactly what I'd prefer, but I am now also moving into trying to purchase more products like this. It matters. I mean, it matters to me. Okay, a couple other little things I gotta tell you. They offer free shipping on over $40 Canadian, so they do ship to Canada with no problem. I'm in Canada, I got it no problem. And this is interesting too. Now, I'm not sure if I read this right. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm right about it. They said that everything's made in small batches and that they make it after your order's placed. They make it after your order is placed. So it's like super fresh. Now who, where, when, what, why? I've never seen anyone else do that. Like, you know, the stuff, when I used to work behind the counter in cosmetics and fragrances, people used to say that the companies used to tell us that the shelf life is 3.5 years. Almost any product that you purchased, you'd buy it, bring it home, and from the time you opened it, you could expect to have 3.5 years of shelf life for that cosmetic product. Across the board. It wasn't like it is now. You look on the bottom, it says 6 months. It's like, I'm not going to use this up in 6 months. You know, so they want you to throw it out faster too. But these products are nice and fresh when you get them. I don't know how long, does it say? Paraben free also. You know, I wanted to mention, I forgot to mention, okay, it doesn't say on here, they expect, 12 months, so a year. Now that might be something I need to adhere to because it's vegan ingredients and they might not last forever like things that are extremely all up in the chemicals and all that. They might last longer. So I'll report on that too because I keep my stuff for a long time. I keep it a lot longer probably than you're supposed to. I keep it even though I'm not using it anymore because that's why I have all this ancient makeup that I had from the 80s and 90s. I still have it. I don't use it. But in one of my other videos, I took it all out and showed, and it was fun. By the way, that reminds me, when I worked behind the counter, I worked in cosmetics. I worked for Christian Dior behind the counter department store. I was the counter manager. And these eyeshadows really remind me of how Dior eyeshadows used to be. They were extremely soft and buttery. And when you used those eyeshadows, you knew they were superior. They were a superior product because they felt so nice. They went on so smooth and they lasted. And I feel like this is the same deal with these. They're just so soft, so high quality, so buttery. And I mentioned they also remind me of some Arden that I have now. See, I don't know what Dior eyeshadows are like now because they've been purchased by LVMH and I don't know what their formula is. I know the lipsticks used to smell really nice, but now they don't really have a fragrance. So sometimes that's just a choice they make. It doesn't, but I really enjoyed that. I did like Lancome lipsticks have that fragrance now, which they didn't used to. So things change around, and I want you to know I am not dogging out your favorite brand. I love those brands too. I love Guerlain. I will forever love Guerlain. You know, I love Dior. I'll forever love Dior. And I worked for Guerlain as well as a promotional rep. I went around to different stores and talking about fragrances. It was just for fragrances for Guerlain. And we had some makeup items, but that wasn't the focus. But I want you to know I've had a lot of experience in and out of that world. And I am so glad to see this company doing this stuff. And yeah. So I'm going to also be showing you the swatching. I don't know, I might have put it in the earlier part of the video or now, but here we go. Ooh, I'm so excited. There's nothing more fun than an new eyeshadow palette. Okay, well that's good. Nice and careful with it. Okay, I think it must be in here. All right, let's just throw that box. Ah, a box. Okay, throw it. Ethereal eyeshadow palette, 6 shades, paraben free, and yeah, paraben free. Yeah, so, oh my gosh, the moment of truth, you guys. The reason I got this color, these colors, okay, well, I'll tell you after I open them. Is it a little push button kind? Is it maybe, how does it work? I have long, you know how it is when you have those, you have the nails. There we go. It is the push button kind. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? And the reason I bought this was because I thought, you know, this is the only eyeshadow palette anyone really ever needs, because it's got darks and lights, and that is really what you need to create a look in any color at all. But this will go with anybody, pretty much anybody's complexion, either extremely fair to extremely dark. And so what I want to do is do an eye look with this, but first I'm going to swatch everything. So I'm going to swatch everything right now. I'm going to swatch it on the paper here, and I swatch it on my hand. So, yeah. Here we go. Okay. First of all, the dark, dark gray. Ah, nice, nice dark gray. It looks completely matte. Okay, nice and dark. Everybody needs this one. Everybody needs this one. You might not have any other eyeshadow, but as long as you have this and something like this next one I'm going to show you. Something like that. Oh, that's nice and bright. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's got to be a nice bright light color like that too. So actually, to be honest with you, those two, that's really all you really, really need. But let's move on because we have more. And they're so buttery and soft, by the way. Wow. Now I wouldn't guess that comes off brighter than that. Wow. Beautiful though. Really beautiful. Gorgeous little frosty color. All right. So that's the top layer here. These three. Excellent. Exactly what I was hoping they would be. Sometimes you get one of these that looks dark in a container, but then the reed, the payoff is really low. It's not very pigmented, but these are. Okay. Now we're down to the next level here. That's a really pretty gold color. That's a very popular color too. A lot of people are, that's in a lot, that kind of color is in a lot of palettes right now. And then we've got a nice brown here. In fact, you know, I didn't really expect, this is kind of like, it's like two different kinds of eyeshadow palettes that anyone can wear, really. Because you've got, people would argue that this is more day color and this is more night color, more dramatic, you know. I mean, I wear them anytime I want. Okay, we got the last one here. It is this mushroom looking color. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. I'm really, really happy with the way that those look, because a lot of times when I swatch things on my arm, they hardly come out on my skin. I can hardly show. It's one of the reasons why I don't do that much swatching, is like no one can tell I put anything on at all. It just looks like my arms are dirty. Anyhow, okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this paper here. We'll start with this one. Nice color. This next lighter one. Ah, see, that shows up pretty well on the light. I've done this with a whole bunch of other eyeshadows on this paper too, and a lot of times stuff doesn't show up at all. So I'm very happy with this payoff. Oh, it's so soft and buttery. It reminds me a lot of how, let's see, I have some Arden eyeshadows that feel really soft and buttery like this. There's those top three again. Looking good. Okay. I think I'm going to have to use my, am I going to use my other hand? Yeah, I'll use my other hand for the next one. It's down. Very pretty. Do you have experience with vegan eyeshadows or, you know, with, well, really with vegan eyeshadows and cruelty-free, meaning, you know, no child labor sourced mica, you know, that kind of thing? Because I'd like to know about it. That's one of the reasons why I was really excited about this company, is they are extremely ethical. And I really don't feel like we need beauty products that aren't ethical. Like, really? You know, wow, that, see, now that looks, so now that's exactly the same thing as on my arm, so you can kind of get an idea of how different they are. You know? So you've got two mattes. You've got that matte, and that's great, because especially if your eye skin is a little bit more mature, I find that on the crease area, I don't want to put anything that's really frosty, because it will accentuate the look of the wrinkles around my eye. But these usually don't. Sometimes they do, but for the most part, if you stick to mattes in the eyeshadow crease, but then you can do on your brow bone and on your eyelid, colors like this. And that usually looks really good. That's like a universal look. Then back when I used to work behind the counter in cosmetics, and I used to do makeovers on people, and I just really got to know, oh, my fingers look so dirty now. I just really got to know, and also too in my theatrical makeup training, I did get to understand why it's so important, why dark and light is really the only thing you really need to know about eyeshadow and makeup in general. Anyways, pretty. Thank you, Ethereal. I am thrilled. It's got the 8 there, but it is pronounced Ethereal. So there it is. Yay. And I want to mention they had other eyeshadow palettes that I thought were really pretty too. And I chose this one is because everybody needs that. You can do without all the colors and all the fun. It's all fun. Colors and everything, they're a lot of fun. No question. And I love using colors. But if I don't have this, I can't create a decent eye look. You've got to have your darks, especially dark mattes, matte, not frost. You need your dark mattes, and you need some light colors, and they can be frosts or they can be mattes. But yeah, that's what you need. That's all anybody ever really needs for eyeshadow. If you don't have any eyeshadow, and you buy that, you'll have all the eyeshadow you need. Now, you won't have all the eyeshadow you want to buy, because of course you want to buy more eyeshadow like we all do. But I thought this was a really great one for people to, you know, to investigate. And I know confidently that this will work with everybody. It will work with everyone. So I'm going to be doing some more videos with this, and I'm going to be probably doing, and I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow tutorial on this, because it's pretty universal. You don't have to own this palette to be able to do this look. You just need these kind of colors. So it'll be, you know, like kind of cross. If you want to buy this, that's great. If you don't, at least you'll learn something anyways about these types of colors. So in closing, I really appreciate you watching this video, because I know a lot of my viewers really are perfume people, but I love doing the skincare and makeup as well. And I was thrilled that Ethereal, you know, partnered with me on this, and I'm thrilled to talk about their products, because I really feel a lot of us want to go in that direction, but it's not made easy for us. None of the major companies do this. So anyways, I'm going to make this a little bit shorter, and I'm going to groove a little bit, groove out a little bit. And do you know any vegan brands that you like? Put it down below. Have you tried this product, these products, Ethereal? Have you heard of these products? Please make a comment down below. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time, my lovely ladies and